Cleo for Cleo Franklin. I am two-time author, as Festus talked about. I have two businesses, Franklin Leadership Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization. And that organization really is all about providing access to underprivileged as well as financially disadvantaged students to create future leaders today. Second business is Franklin Strategic Solutions, and it's a global consulting business. And that business is predicating to helping businesses take their business and operations to the next level. You know, the thing that I want to talk about is really for those aspiring business owners or entrepreneurs who are really trying to think about, what do I do? Where do I start to first begin my business, which I think is always a challenge. You know, it's fearful when you begin. And the first step that you have to take, truly from my perspective, is what is it that I want to do? Festus alluded to this a little bit, but I want to expand on it. When you begin a business, I think it's important to find out two things. What is your interest and what is your passion? And more importantly, is there a skill set or capability that you possess that you can package to begin building upon this idea of a service or a product that you can provide to the marketplace? Now, when I say, was it that you're interested in, or a passion or skill set, the reason why I talk about that is this. When you're doing something that you're good at and something that you love, you do not have to be motivated. You do not have to sit through training. All you're doing is applying an asset that you possess and really trying to build that into something that's marketable. And I want to give you an example. I worked for 3 different global brands for over 30 plus years. And during that time, I worked in developing strategies, business development, market development, as well as operations, logistics, a multitude of things. But taking those 30 plus years of experiences allowed me to do a few things. One, now I'm an adjunct professor at the University of Houston, downtown, and I've been teaching for 5 years as international business and global marketing. Well, the skills that I amassed over those 30 plus years are applicable in the classroom in sharing that knowledge with students, and that's MBA students. Also applies to my global consulting business. I'm able to discuss the problems that they're facing, some of the challenges throughout all of the business organizations, and talk at every functional level. So this is a skill set that I developed and amassed over 30 plus years, but it's also something else that I love to do. It allowed me to package and parlay that skill set into building a business. But if you can first begin with something you love and something you're good at, I think you're halfway along the way to really formulating that business idea. But the next aspect I'm going to give to you is something that I want you to really think about, because this is applicable to not just aspiring business owners, but people who are at any stage of their business. And that is asking the important question of why. And this is what I mean by that. Once you formulate your idea, your business interest, or your service or product, you need to ask yourself this question. Why is it that people would do business with me? Why are the reasons that someone is going to do business with me? You must ask yourself that simple question, because it's really difficult to answer it. And that's why you need to internalize and think through exactly, what is it? Is it the service that I offer? Is it something special that they need? Or is it a place that's seeking my skill set in need of that capability? But asking why really allows you to get beyond the surface and get to those levels that really matters to the people that you're going to serve with your business. So asking yourself why, or what is it that people would do business for me and why, I think is important for any business. But once you ask that question of yourself and answer it, there's another why question. And that question is, if someone's going to do business with me based on the services and the products that I offer, why would they do business with me versus someone else? This extends that why question to another level. It goes outside to the competition in the industry that you're going to be competing in. Think about it. If you are a hotel that provides newspapers to all of the people that stay at your location, you need to understand, is that one of the reasons why that differentiates me versus doing business with someone else? And if I were a hotel and my competitors were offering that service that you can come to the counter and get a cup of coffee and get a free newspaper, I would offer them a newspaper and put it outside their door every morning. I would take it a step further. Also with a 20% discount for a coupon for coffee. What I'm doing is trying to differentiate why someone would do business with me versus someone who's already in the same industry or marketplace. So why would people do business with me? Why would they do business with me versus someone else? Are the first two why questions. And I'm going to get to the last one. This why question I think is essential, and it's helped me throughout my business because it helps you think outside of the box and outside of the marketplace in the industry that you operate in. And that why question is this. If, in fact, there's a company that I love doing business with personally, or an organization that I partner with, why is it that I love doing business with them? For example, why do I love shopping at HEB? That's a Texas marketplace, right? Well, because they have local grown suppliers. They have a great selection. And more importantly, no matter how busy that store is, they process you through the checkout line with great efficiency. I'd rather do business with them because of how they process me versus Kroger, which takes a little longer time. So when you ask that question, why is it that I enjoy doing business with this individual or this organization or a brand that I love? The insights of asking that question allows you to think about other experiences or other differentiation factors that you personally love that you possibly can apply to your own business as well. So when you think of these three why questions, I think they're very insightful questions, but things that really require a lot of thought. Once you've thought about the business idea and of course the things that you want to offer to the marketplace, ask yourself again, why is it that someone would want to do business with me? Second, why would they do business with me versus someone else who offers the same thing? And more importantly, is there someone that I enjoy doing business with, that I partner with? Is there something that they do that drives my why I do business with them that I can apply to my own business? Those are the insights that I wanted to provide to you and of course to everyone that's attending, because that's going to unlock the secret of unique differentiation and add value to your value proposition no matter what you're doing.
I'm going to start with this question for our panelists. Who or what are the essential roles in your business?
The first person I would bring in would be the chief storyteller. I need someone to really align not just everyone within my business to really tell a story about who we are, what we do, why it matters, and why you should be a part of our brand.
If you had $500 to start a business today, what would you do and why?
So what I would do is I would find five students at a university or college or in high school and run a contest to basically pitch their businesses and give away $100 to the top five to help start their businesses.
So the last question I'm going to ask is, with around 95% of businesses failing within their first 3 years, why should a person even start?
You have to fail first to succeed. And I think you missed 100% of the shots you never take.
We're going to segue here into just kind of opening up an open forum. So let's talk.
Festus, you mentioned in your talk about finding your tribe. How do you find, that tribe, or what are the first few things that you can do? Because it's kind of hard, because to find the right people, especially even at the right time. But how did you guys do it?
For me, how I knew it was time is when I truly understood what mattered to me. And what matters to me is doing the things that I love in the places that need it with the people I enjoy working with. Those are three things. And I've always been blessed to be able to do that and to align am I doing what I love with the people that I love doing it with as well, and does this place need it? And if that's not in alignment, I leave and go find that place, okay? The other aspect is, I think it's important that you do not be the best kept secret in town. You share your aspirations, as they say, whisper into the wind and let everything flow towards you. I think that a closed mouth doesn't get fed. When you speak it to an existence, let people know what you're interested in, what you're passionate about. You'll find like-minded people. They'll come to you, but also trying to look for peer groups, associations, and organizations that are also in alignment with the things that you're passionate about. So that's one way to find, AKA, your people. You know, one of the things that my book here, Coffee with Cleo, and one of the things that I write in this book is the fact that it's about perspective and how you see a thing. And Ricky, you alluded to this, and I believe everyone has. And Jeff, you talked about failure. There's a quote and this is from my father. He said, if you could kick the person in the behind who has caused you the most strife and challenges and prevented you from receiving or achieving your best self, that would be you. You would be kicking yourself. So you got to get the hell out of your own way. But as Wes talked about, first you must understand self. And before you can manage self, one must understand self. I would just say the other thing too. I think, and of course Fallon talked about this, and you too as well, Patrick, it's how you see a thing. It's all about perspective. Some people see a problem, I see an opportunity. And if I see a problem versus an opportunity, I think that's going to basically predicate how you basically view the world and how you approach things. But when you're opportunistic about it, every opportunity, every problem is an opportunity for a solution that you can help transform and make a difference. So failure to me really is all about an opportunity to see for success.